continues to have most of the ecosystem and the teachers even now. So, like your madam and your team was kind enough to evaluate us as uh, perhaps the preferable institute for geography optional. Um, so that's when they requested me, "Okay, sir, can you come and teach in Chennai?" It's impossible for me to be here everyday basis. I have an institute there, I have my classes there. And then they told me, no, no, sir, we are experimenting even with, preferable was if I could come and teach from here, okay, which essentially indirectly, madam was telling me, bring a family also here. A child goes to this Chennai Madras school and I have to take up a house here. So essentially relocating me again. So maybe in time I might want to relocate. Oh, you made for everybody. Okay, wow, okay. Take it, you can give it to them. So that's not, yeah, thanks. So that's not practically possible for me, or at least for those teachers who are based out of Delhi. Okay, because that's where our main ecosystem is. That's where we have practiced teaching, delivered. The arrangement we thought was okay. Then let us do a bit of like a hybrid thing here. The next question was, okay, if it's hybrid, then students can take online classes directly. You can back in a laptop, you can watch the, and we have online classes also. It became, and even Shankar IAS probably gives some online classes. So there again, the response from the team here, and even I also agreed that online on the laptop is good, but good only as long as a third choice. Okay, because see, online alone on the laptop requires immense amount of discipline. Okay, where you must log in at right time, you are in your house, comfortable, and then you must study. It's not. I think 9 out of 10 students can't do that. Okay, and you get recording. The worst part is you get recording of the class. The moment you get recording, it's a psychological thing. A recording here, we'll see it afterwards. Even if I miss the class, no wonder, no problem. Generally, even I would do that. On my Netflix app, I've got 10, 12 downloaded movies, which I've not watched. Why? Because it's there, I'll watch it sometime. What I can't download, I'll watch first. And that's how I think the mind also works. No? So this is the problem of online classes. Okay, even if it's live. So that's when they said, sir, we are encouraging students to come to the center. The center is a part of discipline. Come and sit down with your friends. So the fact is, this journey is a tough journey. In a tough journey, it's always nice to have 1 or 2 friends to work with. It's a competition. It's nice to have a sense of competition also. Okay, who are studying? What are they studying? Okay, so that is a nice culture. Okay, so technology, let the teacher come here on the screen, but I'll suggest you be in the classrooms. And you should be thankful among the centers across the country. Shankar IAS has done extremely well in setting up the center at Chennai. Okay, you have a lot of, they have got good results, they have got good credibility. Though I never met Mr. Shankar, late Mr. Shankar, but I have heard a lot about him in Delhi. I think the commitment is there of the institute, of madam, her team, very enthusiastic. It's a good thing. You can come to the institute and study. So the arrangement, the idea is you can go online and buy the course and watch on the laptop. But my recommendation is don't do that. The best would have been if you come to Delhi. Second best is if I could come here. The third best is you are here, I am in Delhi, and I teach online, and I'll come once a month or twice a month, we'll work out something. So today's, we started the course, I think 15, 20 days ago. This was my first visit after the class began. I'm teaching Geography Foundation. The classes are going on right now. 12 to 2 is the timing, and the idea was I'll be here, clarify your doubts, spend some time with you, ask me questions. Okay, see me in person. I'm not a bot, essentially. Okay, they do that check, no? Are you a bot or not? Okay, so you can touch and feel me. It hurts, it pinches. Okay, so we can do that. And I am along with 2 other teachers who support me. Though I take the bulk of the classes, we have got other teachers who support. Poof sir is there, Dimple madam is there. We have some mentors we're trying to organize in some ways. So some of us will be here. I'll try to be here as frequently as possible. Okay, but then others also will come in once in a while to clarify your doubts. I mean, I think it's more of a mind thing. To see a person in a person, it's a mind thing. Okay, maybe in 2 3 generations from now, or maybe 2 3 years from now, okay, maybe the physical thing will not be as much required anymore. Okay, the day I read marriages are done virtual medium, okay, then I got convinced. So we are in a different direction altogether. Okay, so fine. That's the long story short. So to introduce you about what we're launching now as a part of again the collaboration between Shankar IAS and Edukemi. There is a philosophy that I have tried developing, and I'm sure others also are using, that your preparation for UPSC goes through stages. There is a stage 1, a stage 0 rather. Stage 0 is when you do self-study. Open the NCERT books, read on your own, get familiar, make your own notes. That's stage 0. That's a very important stage. Unfortunately, most of us miss that and join a class even for NCERT. And leave the commercial side of me outside. As a teacher, I believe if somebody must join NCERT class, okay, for UPSC preparation, that person does not deserve to qualify. Like if you cannot read class 6, 7 books on your own, it's a statement on your commitment. You ask, so we give you. If I don't give you, you go somewhere else. No, why will I want to lose my money? Okay, there's a market for NCERT. I'll teach NCERT. Fine. Tomorrow is a huge market for psychological problems I can't study types. I'll open a center for that also. Come and tell me I can't study, and I'll tell you, oh yes, you can study. I'll charge you through the roof. Okay. The reality is the NCERT is a self-study thing. On your own, open the books, class 6, 7, 10. Come on, you are graduates at least. Most of you are through with graduation. Some of you doing PG. And what more motivation you need than becoming an IAS? Okay. So that's stage 0. After stage 0, you get into stage 1. Stage 1 is when you're part of a proper course where the syllabus is completed. Typically what most of you have joined in the GS class. And that is, I repeat, it is GS completion. Because most questions now asked are not at that level either. Are they asking you write a short note on Hoysala dynasty? A short note on Odishan temple architecture? Write a short note on Harappan civilization? No, right? They're asking you what? They're asking you next level questions. You tell us through the architecture and temples of India how all the art forms depicted India's changing social conditions. It's a next level question altogether. Okay. Look at the question of polity. You tell us about how women empowerment is enshrined in the constitutional provisions and illustrate with examples and even cases. It's not asking what's women empowerment, right? So if you had given the examination 6, 7, 8 years ago, the question would have been, what is women empowerment? Why do women face problems? What is the government doing? Now they have gone to next level. Okay. Next level is, what is women empowerment? I know you know. What are the problems? I know you know. What are we doing? Also I know. But now you discuss in different way. Give me a case study. Okay. Tell me in Constitution which articles, which provisions are about women issues. There's a question asked this here, no? They're altogether next level question. We all read about NATO, Ukraine, Europe, and US tying up against Russia. You all know a huge amount of content. And our instinctual study is, what is NATO? What is Ukraine problem? What is India's stand? What is India's stand? Should we join NATO or not? No, there's an official stand. Neutral, is it? Okay, not even neutral. India's stance is we will not join NATO. We don't want a part of any military alliance. We're very clear. And that's the reason why. Look at the question asked this year. The question asked was that expansion of US and NATO and the growing collaboration between US and Europe is good for India. What do you think? Give examples and discuss. Okay. So good for India. Now argue along that line. If you say not good for India, tell us why. The question is the next level again. Okay. So the question is no longer what is NATO. What is NATO? You better know that. It's like I'm giving CSAT paper. I'm assuming you know how to do addition. I'm assuming you know how to do multiplication. I'm assuming you can read English, okay, or whatever language you are in. Now apply your knowledge at CSAT paper. So the syllabus, okay, is a must. You have to know that. But questions will not be asked from that. The question is next level questions. If you had given the same examination, I said 4, 5, 6 years ago, the syllabus completion was enough. In fact, in my time, that was way back in 90s, mid 90s, not even syllabus completion required. We knew syllabus has 4 parts. This part, they don't ask question at all. From this part, there are choices. I cannot study. And this part, pakka puchega. When I'm preparing, one session, I'll not even study at all. Chhod do usko. Why read that? Choice 1, I'll gamble. What they will ask, I could finish geography course in 2.5, 3 months. And I can become a topper also. That was way back in 90s. Then the next stage came, do all syllabus. Now the stage is do all syllabus plus something more. And they ask questions from plus something more. I hope you got the idea here. Now, this is a very important, and this is something most teachers, most institutes don't talk about. Okay. There's a reason for that also. The reason for that is, I mean, again, I'm speaking from the perspective of what experience I have. The reason for that, number one, is to teach the syllabus, which is very predictable, structured and set, is very easy. I need to study that content once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times, then it's into me. Even I'm walking in sleep, if you ask me, sir, what is cyclone, I'll tell you. Okay, it's into me. I've taught it so many times, almost 23 years of teaching I have. So most teachers are in that frame of mind. But to switch towards current issues, to switch towards new concepts, require more effort, more reading, more studying, which many teachers are not willing to do. Sometimes it's very difficult also. You don't have teachers teaching at that level. Second reason is the students do not know this. I mean, typical students' mentality, even now, many of them say, if they joined a coaching class, means they have qualified. There's a good number of students who think like that. Okay. So people do not know what to ask. So this is the idea. Shankar IAS and B, both of us agree on this. The students need some levels of teaching. The first level of teaching is what we call as the foundation course. Finish the syllabus in proper way. You can never have 100% completion, but at least 90%, 85% finish syllabus. In the class conditions, what is a cyclone? What are winds? How the winds move? What is Coriolis force? Yeah, aap pooch rahe ho mujhe, you're asking me right now. There are no questions on this, trust me. Will not ask you what is a cyclone. It's assumed you know it. So finish that first. We call that as a foundation course. Then you must join another course. Okay, another course where the actual exam level study starts. So I say there are 2 levels. One level is course completion. The second level is exam readiness. The third level is now practice. Okay. So most failures happen because, number one, the course is not finished properly. Okay, taught this, not taught that, some wrong concept, incomplete. So first problem is the basic foundation not done well. Second, if the basic foundation is done, but the other 2 topics parts not done, even then you can't clear the examination. Okay, so we are trying to fill that gap. So your course essentially, therefore, goes through. It goes through uh, 3 stages. The stage 1 is what I call as. It's already here. How does this work? No. Can you open up the writing board for me, please? It's here, but it's too small. Oh, it was from there. Okay. That'll do. Thank you so much. So we have. So we have this level 1. I'll say taking some education. I think we'll get this. Erase. Generally a good learner. Yeah, I'm good. I'm expert. I can teach you now. Okay. So we have the first stage. Okay. Then we have the second stage. And then we have the third stage. And remember, this applies to any study you do, whether optional or GS or interview or SAS, whatever you study. The examination demands some higher level concepts. So stage 1 is what we call as foundation. This foundation gives you a core. It gives you a very good base. Many of you are not from the backgrounds you are taking optional, no? Science, humanities, somebody said commerce, somebody said IT, engineering, civil engineering, all kind of background you have. So first you must know the base, that foundation content you should know properly. Okay, this is the core base. The next level is your advanced concept. Advanced concepts. Okay, this is what we call as enrichment batches. Enrichment batches. The third level is your practice. Practice and answer writing. So we have clubbed these two together. Okay. So geography have joined me starting from what we had in August month. Okay. So that was this course you have joined me. And remember, this approach is for both, for mains and prelims. In prelims also, they will not ask all questions here. They'll ask questions here. Okay, so we have a technique of classifying. Where do I add a page? It's here. So we classify questions as L1 level questions. We have L2 level questions, and we have L3 level questions. Like in some standard, L1 questions are straight questions. Straight questions directly from syllabus. Straight questions, not much thinking required. They're directly in your notes, and you can reproduce them. What are cyclones? Type of questions. That's L1 questions. L3 questions are thinking questions. You have to think. L3 questions are applied questions. And unfortunately, applied questions you can't anticipate. Like I know every year they will ask you one question on water management. In what form I do not know. So I know the theme. I know they'll ask you one on women issues. I know they will ask you one on security. I know they will ask you one on pollution. But what theme I know, but not the framing. Okay. And these type of questions generally are give your opinion types. What's your opinion? What do you think? And substantiate that. See, what is pollution? Why we have pollution? And what can we do? This is fine. But I think a question like, in urbanization, a necessary evil is pollution. Do you think is right or wrong? Comment on that and give reasons. You're thinking now, yes, urban areas, pollution is fine, but why is it saying necessary evil? What does this mean? So does it mean you should live with it and survive despite whatever it is? It's a thinking question. In your opinion, do you think India can move out of plastic pollution in next 20, 30 years? Explain your optimism or pessimism. So what is plastic pollution? I know. What the government is doing, I know. But your opinion, do you think government and us can come out of this in next 20, 30 years? What's your opinion? That's a thinking question. And they are testing this increasingly. They want students now who can think, decide, who can anticipate what are the dilemmas they might have, and then write about it. So in the class conditions, in this what we called as how do I go to the previous page? Yes. So this foundation course, is essentially largely L1 questions. Okay. The thinking questions are here. These are the things. This is the L3 type. And a transition is what I call as L2. Thinking questions, opinion-based questions, questions based on applied concepts. Okay, so transition is L2. That's what I was trying to tell you all the while. Okay, L1 question, L3. So if you are studying only L1, okay, you can't make it. If you asked me 4 or 5 years ago, I would have said, okay, you can manage. Now, no longer. It is a must. Okay. So when students start answer writing practice by doing L1 question level studies, it's very difficult. So it's a choice I have. Look at this now. So I have taught you, say, in the class, I have taught you foundation, and I am teaching you largely L1 level. And I have a test for you. I have a choice. I can ask you L1 level questions as a test, or I can ask you L3 as a question as a test. If I ask you L1, and see, as student, you have got no idea. You just know I came here, took admission, now make me IAS officer, right? That's your expectation somewhere. Okay, and that's valid to some extent, unless you're told. So if I ask you L1 question, and you can answer it, you're happy? I'm a topper. If I ask you L1, you can't answer it, you know I've not studied. And I've studied, I'll do better. Okay, no problem here. In the test, if I ask you L3 question, what will happen? You leave the question, no? After 1 or 2 rounds, okay, you'll give up also. When we have tests, okay, most of us avoid this while teaching and even while giving the tests. हम इसके बारे में बात ही नहीं करते. Most of us are very happy. You are here, the test was given, okay, and you are performing. But this will not help you qualify at all. Okay, and that's how students spend 1 year, 2, and after 3rd, 4th year, you realize, oh, I must study a bit more. But the reality is, there must be something to bridge this. There means something which can help you fill up the gap and then give L3. I hope I am explaining what I'm talking about. Okay, see, whether you follow the method or not, that's your choice. But you must be aware of how the exam has changed. Go and check. And in our foundation class, we do an analysis of questions also. Another problem. You are all aspirants. Most of you have not seen the syllabus properly. Many of them don't even see the question paper properly. You must go back and check. Sir has taught me this topic. Can I answer questions or not? If it's the L1 question, you must answer from the class notes. If not, means the teacher has not done justice. But if L3 questions, you can't answer. Good, you can't answer because you've not been taught, and you can't be taught also in the L1 class. When I'm struggling with the student base, it's asking me, so what is the friction? What is velocity? What is Coriolis force? If I'm stuck there, you think I can teach you what's the gradient wind? I hope you got the point here. It is not institute's mistake that you can't answer this until you have not been taught this. This is what we are trying to bridge now. Okay. So my intention is that once you have done this, you have to move towards this, then go for the practice of L3. You all get a design here, all of you? Now, when are you giving your attempt? 24, 23, 25, 24, 24. All of 24? Anybody 25? Raise your hand. None of you? Okay, fine. So now, another good news waiting for you then. I'm pro now. I know this thing very well. Okay. Now listen. This is, when do we have the prelims? 24. Any idea? By 26th. Last week of May is the day. COVID destroyed it, but we have got back to that mode. This is the prelim examination. When is the mains? September? Second week, 15th, 14th, 13th is when we have. You have given a lot of study, practice, you're tired, whatever. You gave the prelims. By when do you think you start for the mains? After prelims, say you have given the main exam, prelims exam done. When do you think you start for the main preparation? Will it be next day? 1 week? You can start? 2 weeks? Give me some idea, no? What does your mind tell you? 1 to 2 weeks? Okay. Yeah? You should start to forget about it. Okay, I can fantasize on this. Okay. When do you start? Tell me that. It's your first attempt for all of you? How many of you have given 1 attempt, 2 attempts? Given mains? None of you given mains? Give the prelims. Okay. Fine. Generally what happens is, after prelims, there's a lot of anxiety. Whether qualified, not qualified, the matching answers, Shankar IAS marks, what was that? Kingmaker. Kingmaker is their institute? I must meet them. What a name they have got. Okay. Anyways, so Kingmaker's marks are this one. On the website, an academy says, you do a lot of comparison. Data statistics you'll do first. And that's a work of 2-3 weeks. It's a mental drain. Because the feeling is, if I don't qualify, my time will be wasted. What will I study? Okay. Generally, you will waste 2-3 weeks. And for some of you who are the adventurous ones, you will waste even 1 month. Let the result come, then we'll start off. Okay. So say some of you are very nice. Say June 15th, you started the preparation. Okay? Achha. September 15th is preparation, is the examination. By when do you think you start going mad? Mad means I want to run away, escape. Anybody has experienced main examination? Nobody has given mains? Then you go mad last 15 days. You start praying that there be earthquake. Okay, I will not die, but others can die. Okay, this is typical escape mentality. Okay, you are scared to give the paper. No matter how much you study, it is never complete. It is never enough. And the more you study, the more the realization, I have not studied. Those who have not studied at all, they are in blissful state. They're very happy. And somehow they also meet more people who have not studied. It's God's design, probably. But those who are studying, it's always anxiety. So last 15 days, it's total madness. It's all about maintaining sanity. Okay. So you have how much time? You have got half of June, you have got July, August, that's all. How many days is that? 30 to 60? Okay, 75. So let us be generous. You have got 80 days time, 85 days time, maybe 90 days time. I'm giving you a reality check here. In 90 days, what can you do? Can you finish any, can you learn answer writing here? Can you do advanced level study here? Can you even memorize everything here? This is time will only, okay, want to revise more, correct? And that's how your process should be. This must be a time only for revisions and maybe some topics of great importance in current affairs which you could not have said earlier. And write tests, as many tests as possible. Which means, okay, your enrichment advanced course can't be done here, correct? I hope you got the point here. Now, if prelims is May 26th, by when should your prelims exclusive study start? 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, by when? 3 months, 4 months, huh? February onwards. So you all agree, no? Not later than January. January end, I mean, I'll still say now it's more and more tricky. It's nice we start from December end maybe, but January end. Okay. So from January end to May, you are doing only prelims, correct? So if you are giving an attempt, what should your objective be to give the attempt? Should be to experience examination or qualify? Qualify. This is a Herculean mistake if you want to give the examination for the purpose of experience. In this examination, there's nothing called experience. It's like, I want to experience, okay, how I jump. So where will I experience? I'll experience here. I'll jump here and see, Will I experience from 15th floor of the building window? Have you got the point here? So when you are trying to experience something, you will take up a lower level target. You want experience? Give bank PO examination. You want experience? Go give SSC examination. But no experience in case of UPSC examination. It's a very high level. It's like 15th floor of a building. So all those who have given prelims for the sake of experience, it was a very bad choice. See, no matter how bad your preparation is, to give the examination, you have expectations. And most of us India, most of us are religious people, we believe in miracles also. Something will happen, I'll qualify. Isn't it? And it plays in the mind. And when you give the examination, there'll be somebody in your ecosystem who will qualify. And that's very depressing. Okay. I mean, it is a saying that you must celebrate in your friend's success. In reality, a friend's success is most painful. Okay. So when you give an attempt in trial and you don't qualify, it impacts your emotions, it impacts your, your level of equanimity, it makes you envious. And worst is, you were not prepared. Okay. But imagine you give next year and you don't qualify again. Now in your book list, you have got 2 attempts not qualified. Okay. Though the first one was just like that. But आपके खाते में चढ़ गया ना, in your notebook it's there. So when you give 2 or 3 attempts, the first one was just like that. On the record it shows, see, 3 attempts, nothing has happened. It's a very painful thing. I tell everybody, don't give the examination till you are very sure about, yes, you have done a good preparation. Okay. So no flirting here. You have to study like you want to qualify, which means all the L1, L2, L3 study should be where? Before month of January. I'm giving a sense of time. What's the right time? I had some conversation in the last workshop we had, but today I'm opening up in a bit more detail. These are the months: October, November, December, and maybe January. In these 4 months, you have to finish off advanced courses, enrichment, test series, crazy grind of study, so that You can focus for 3-4 months only for the prelims, so that all of this you have done, you come back here and revise, re-revise, write tests, and you qualify. At least prepare with that intention. If you do the dirty groundwork now, 25 will be perfectly guaranteed. Like if you work like you want to qualify 24, 25 will make it. But if you work like I will prepare for 25, you automatically will become slow. Then your actual attempt will happen when? 26. That's how it builds up. My intention was on two fronts. Number one, understand exams design. The design is you cannot afford to depend only on the foundation class. Now in Delhi, I have been much criticized. Sir, you are discouraging students. I said, I'm not discouraging. I'm telling you the honest truth. Whether I tell you or not, you will discover. You can mark my word. In 1-2 years time, you will know what I'm telling you about. So be prepared. No, see, there are two ways of preparing. One way of preparing is, all is good. I'll make it happen. When there's a problem, I'll face it. Why bother now? Let me start off. Second approach is, you should know all the problems, all the challenges you might meet, prepare yourself accordingly, and then go out. And both are okay methods. I believe in the second one. Start something, know all the negatives, the disadvantages, the problem, the challenge, at least as much as possible you know it. And accordingly develop yourself. Accordingly, don't get scared by the amount of challenge. You know the challenge, now work towards it. Okay, so I'm just telling this to you, that the first thing was you understand the exam's design. The design is they are expecting thinking level of aspirants. They are expecting opinion-based answer writing. And UPSC will not bring it down. Trust me. A lot of people are fighting for CSAT, this, and there's a fight going on. UPSC will not change. UPSC demands that level. Your education not there. You see, UPSC says, I'm not an employment generation program. No. Your right is to give the examination. You have got no right to qualify. I will choose according to what the country needs. Okay. So examination standard will not come down. It will only increase. Now I've got a mapping for that. In fact, what you can do is, you can go to Educami YouTube channel. We have got 4 1-1-hour discussions on this year's mains paper. In the first 15 minutes itself, I have discussed analysis also. This year, what type of questions asked? Last year, what type of? And every year, the L3 questions are increasing. 5 questions L3, 3 years ago. 7 questions L3, 2 years ago. Last year, 10 L3 questions. This year, 12 L3 questions. By the time you give your mains, 15 out of 20 are L3 questions. They are increasing the level every year. And there will be people who catch up also. That's one thing you should be aware of. The second thing aware of is, know your timelines very well. Otherwise, no use. Say, if I do not know the distance from Shankar IAS to airport, and I imagine, oh, I can reach in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Okay, that's stupidity planning, no? I better know distance is this much. I will require 1 hour time to travel. Accordingly, start for the airport, no? My flight at 6 o'clock, my assumption is I can reach in 15 minutes. You should know how much time you need, how much time you have, at what time you should do what. You should be aware of this, right? So this is very, very clear. If you are preparing for 24, you have to finish everything by this month. So students ask me, sir, it's very difficult. I said, if it's very difficult, why are you planning here? What's your pressure? You're planning for this, is your choice you have made, no? Okay. So work accordingly. That doesn't look possible. That you tell once you start the preparation. Why are you standing here and telling not possible? Equip yourself, train yourself, and jump in. And keep swimming. If not possible, you can call a boat and get up on the boat. But not entering at all. Okay. So you start preparing, keep preparing, very tough, keep preparing. Here you feel Sir, not possible. Don't give the examination. At least you're studying, no? But if you come and declare here, not possible, तो क्या होगा? You not even study at all. I want you to know the rigor required. I want you to know what's required and keep working. This is another realization you all should have. This examination, you can't qualify inconvenience. I won't study at my comfort level, at my time, when I want to study. I will not take stress. Okay, that's romanticizing. Anybody who qualifies, he qualifies by working relentlessly. The people who qualify are of a very different type of a mindset. The level of preparation is very different. You have to rise up there. So no convenience. Study means study. You have to work hard means work hard. So accordingly, start preparing. Okay. And work. If you give the attempt, then it's counted as given. But before 15 days, you realize, sir, I can't get ready. It's too demanding. Okay, then don't give. Don't take unnecessary chance. Because if you give that attempt, then you will waste another 5 months here. Otherwise, you maintain this process. We'll take a call maybe in the month of March or April to decide finally what your readiness is. I'm trying to pitch 3-4 things to all of you. One pitch was that you must know the exams, okay, demands. The second pitch was know your timelines very well. And from this, you must conclude how you want to structure your planning from now on. And the third pitch is the preparation for advanced class is very different in terms of content, in terms of answers, in terms of what to read. Is a very different type of preparation. So that is where. So I'm supposed to speak only about geography. I'll add about geography. Okay, so before I move on, any questions till here? Today's session was that essentially. Unless you have some other questions, I can address it. Yes, anybody? You have come for knowing the subject geography, is it? Okay, fine. That's okay. You can have some idea from about the subject. Anybody else? Any questions here? Can I continue? Then, so what we do is our foundation course of geography is a 6 months course. Okay, 6 months course, 6 days a week. How I teach. I'm not saying this is what every institute does. There are teachers who finish in 4 months, 1.5 months, 5 months, whatever. How, what, I don't think I'll comment on that. But what I need, I will teach for 6 days a week. On some weeks, it could be 7 days a week also. I'll take extra classes if required. Okay, and these classes generally are 2.5 hours. I commit 2 hours. It stretches for 15-20 minutes because the first 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I spend revising. I revise and I try to keep you motivated also. Because see, my objective as a teacher, and that's what I believe as teachers, my objective should not be course completion. That is the easiest thing for me. What I must ensure is the students are with me. Okay, so I'm running the race, you be with me. I'm working hard, you be with me. So I spend the first, sometimes it goes for half an hour. So we have all, so finally what happens is, the class, though I say 2 hours, it stretches to 2 hours, 15-20 minutes. So my class timings are from 12 till 2 official. 12 I'm there, but the end time could be 2:15, on some days 2:30. And when I'm in a flow, when I've got to a level of comfort speed, then I don't want to stop also. I want to continue as long as I can. Some students will see the recording afterward. That's your choice, how you want to do it. You also get recordings for the classes also. Okay? That is the plan for foundation course. This goes on. So if you have joined from August, you can join from now, whatever. So 6 months you calculate. So we have a kind of relay thing going on. So month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you join here, 6 months. If you join here, 6 months. If you join here, it's 6 months. We have got different entry points. You can't entry every month. When in 2.5 months, they have one entry point. And when the themes are related themes. One entry point was August. The next entry point will be, I think, October end. We'll have one entry point. So there are some entry points we have. Okay. So 6 months, like a relay race, it goes on. Okay. So this, so if I look at, say some of you have joined month of August or you've joined month of September. If you join now, okay, which if you're preparing for 24, you must join. And don't wait for October anymore. So what about the topic I've missed? On your own, manage. We'll give you videos. You can have doubt sessions. So if you start from October, then 24 is no chance. It's closed. Okay, you can only prepare 25 again. You want to take a chance on 24, you already are late. It will not be easy. Okay, but see how you can manage. Okay, so this goes on 6 months. So August, September, October, November, December, January. Okay, it will happen till January. Now the issue is you also need to finish. This is the foundation course. You also need to finish, okay, your advanced course, enrichment course also by January. Otherwise, you can't appear for 24 at all. So from October, we start this process also. Okay, so this course is going on. This is from 12 to 2. This is always from 4 to 6. So that the student can appear. So in one day you must do, this is 6 days a week. This is 3 days a week. Not every day. I need about 30-35 classes for this. Okay. We have some assignments here. I don't say tests, I say assignments. Although as students, I know you bargain for how many tests. Okay. You when you start, no, it's a lot of excitement. Okay. But in reality, none of you will give tests. I know it. But we have assignments on daily basis, do something. On every 2 or 3 weeks, like say we have a session called as workbook session. We have an analysis session. We have a, so we have given some questions to memorize. We'll have a test on that. I gave the answer. I told the questions now by heart and write the same answers. And you'll realize it's not easy. Okay, I will not even change the questions. I learned this very long ago. Yes, students would tell me, sir, you must surprise us with the questions. I said, no. To surprise you, you end up shocking me. Okay, it's too much for my heart to take. I said, oh, take the question paper, take the answer also. Memorize and write the same thing. That's a good enough for test for him. Okay, so all of this will go on here. This is the next level of test. Okay, so the actual exam tests are here, not here. So this one, 3 days a week, and I'll tell you how we have structured this. We're starting from October 3rd is the first class, but we'll have a session on September 30th also. Okay, well, I'll discuss a bit more. Okay, so you can start from here. Generally, the sessions are on Tuesdays, Thursday, and Friday. Because Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, we have got GS, same thing in GS we have in my institute. Shankar IS will have another package. You can talk to them. So for geography, it is on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. Okay. That's generally the days, but on some days, so we have a proper timetable. I think you have been given that copy there. Yeah, you're given. So more or less, I follow these structures very closely. There'll be some days I might miss up. Okay, I might extend a class or maybe delete a class, but generally this is your pattern. And I've mentioned what all topics I will have. So I will have sessions at a pace that I'm completing your foundation course. So foundation, if I have done a topic, foundation, if I do some topic here, in advanced course, I will have it here. If I do some topics here, in advanced course, I will have it here. We'll have a gap of 15-20 days. I maintain that. Okay. So it also tells you, the fourth column tells you what topics I'm completing for foundation. Okay, and then the topic for the test also given in column number 5. Okay, and I have some extra classes also, if I required. If you look at, which one will this be? On some days they would have mentioned. It's like a spare day we have. Yeah, look at the one on February 1st. February 1st, it says, or January 23rd, look. Okay, in the third column, settlement geography, if required. Lecture 19, if required. You see that, all of you? Okay. So we have that planned up. Don't worry about that. So this is the schedule discussion. Any doubts on this? Okay, the schedule is here. The program will entail, okay, I think 5 sectional tests plus 4 full length tests. And all of this will finish off by January. Though some of them requests are not ready for the full length tests, can we have it after the prelims? I discourage it, but then if you can't manage, that's okay. How does it manage? We can again have it. All got this idea about the timing at least, all of you done? Okay, so if I am repeating this point for all of you. Okay, so this is the foundation course. Foundation course is August, September. It goes on up to January. That is 1. Number 2 is the advance and the enrichment class. It will start off from October. It goes on, I think, last date of discussion is when? Feb what? The last day is okay, test discussion is there. Otherwise, the classes I'm done by 8th, yes. Yeah, class I'm done with Feb 8th. Okay, Feb 8th is the last class. Then we have got tests, series of tests. You all see that? Okay. So I keep January, February. And then the test discussions, you can sit for one day in a week is no big deal actually. All good? You got the design, all of you here? Now, let me tell you the process of, this is the schedule of how we do it. Now come towards what is the process of doing it? What is the method pedagogy we follow? So your enrichment class will have 4 components. One is I teach. None of my test series are only tests. You can join only tests, but discourage it. Because see, I need to tell you another set of concepts first. If I give you a test without teaching concepts, I said you leave it, no? So I first say look at your class. Okay. So the first class, say October 3rd, it says climatology class, no? Lecture 1. Can you see that? Then we have lecture 2, October 5th. Then we have got lecture 3, October 6th. Can you see all of that days here? This essentially is, we'll have a class. In the class, I will teach. You'll have a proper 2.5 hours of class. Okay, the timing says 4 to 6 p.m. I will teach some new concepts. I'll teach concepts. I will take up questions and discuss questions with you. That's one component. The second component is, we will give you a bank of answers, which is L1 and L2 level answers I'll give you. Say I'm teaching climatology, I'll give you 20, 30 answers here. Okay. One answer I'm giving you while foundation is going on. There's only 12, 15 questions. I said, Utna kar lo, let us see. And you will struggle with that. When I come here, I'll give another 20 questions here. Memorize, simply memorize here. I'm a big fan of memorize and learn. See, why have you come to me as a teacher? Or why do you go to Shankar as an institute? Why? It's not that I'm a great geography scholar. I'm not a geographer at all. Okay. I'm a quack in that sense. What I have done is, from my experience of learning and teaching, I've understood how the exam works. I'm teaching you for the examination, that's all. If I'm not there, whatever I'm teaching, you can learn on your own also. It's just that I took 25 years, you might take 6-7 years. So if you come directly to me, what happens is, I tell you, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. You're learning from experience, right? Same thing here. To learn answer writing, one technique is learn answer writing logically. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and then the answer is written. What I'm doing is I'm reversing it. I'm giving you a model answer from my side. By heart it. What step 1, step 2, who cares? Just by heart 15 answers, 20 answers. And when you start by hearting, you will start learning what is step 1, what is step 2. I'm reversing the approach there. Okay. So I'll give you answers. So teach answer writing. I said, no teaching, memorize. I will teach you new concepts. Straight L1 questions. See, why should you come to L1 questions for teaching from me? I've done all the foundation, I've done already. But I give answers here. One is your notes you have written. The second is same notes in answer form. I'll give this to you. This is your memorization work. Achha. Then a third component is, before you give the actual test, okay, the answers I've given you, from this, I will give you a practice test. No surprise. I gave you 20 answers, memorize. From the 20 answers, I'll say, I will ask you 15 questions, write those answers in the time limit. So I have taught something. I gave memorization. Okay. I have given practice tests. Practice test will also include some L3 questions I have taught here. Okay. Once the practice is done, then I will give you the sectional test. This will have surprise questions. When you enter this test, you already have learned the concepts. You have done memorization of 15-20 answers. You have done one practice test. And I want the practice test in the exam conditions, not in your room. Come to the institute. It's like now I have leaked the question to you. I'm confident. Go memorize. And your objective is simply reproduce in time given. Once you have done this, then I enter sectional test, which will be surprise questions. Generally, I keep a ratio of 60-40. 40 again from here, 60 I'll ask you new questions. On some topics, I might even reverse. Okay, because I don't want to ask all surprise. Like I said, no, you'll shock me. What you will write will kill me. I don't want to go through trauma there. Okay, so I'll make a mix there. Okay, so classes, a bank of answers memorize. We have practice test, and then you come for a sectional test. So these type of sectional tests are 5 of them. And each sectional test supported by maybe 1 or 2 practice tests. If you look at the test actually, see your sheet. Say this. Sectional test 1 is on October 20th. Can you see that? Okay. But before this, I've got 3 practice tests. See, practice test 1 is October 8th. Practice test 2 is October 12th. Practice test 3 is October 19th. Practice tests are no surprise questions. Are given the answer, memorize, reproduce. Okay. Practice test will have less number of questions also. Write for 2 hours, not even 3 hours. Okay. Then you come and give sectional test. So there are 5 sectional tests. Each sectional test supported by either 2, sometimes 1, sometimes 3. You can see how many of them we have. So sectional test 2 is, where is it? It is December 5. You see December 5? Before that, there are 2 practice tests. One in December 1 and one in November 21st. Can you see that? Okay. So it's minimum 10 tests here. 5 surprise and at least another 5. Generally, it is more than that. You can count the number of practice tests. You count it. How many of practice tests are here? The last practice test 10, 11 on February 9th. You can see February 9th. So you've got 5 sectional plus 11 practice tests, 16 tests. And after this, you've got full length tests. The sectional tests are only that section, only climatology, only oceanography. The full length test is entire paper 1, entire and morning, evening again, like in exam conditions. I hope you got the point, all of you. So I said components are the class, components are L1, L2 answers. The components includes practice tests and also includes sectional tests. And the 5th component is the full length tests. Okay. So that's the design of the entire course. And the dates are given. I more or less stick to it. When I say more or less, I mean it could be 2 days earlier, 2 days later on some classes. Because in 6-7 months, you never know. Somebody can fall sick. Some event happens. Like this time we had a G20 event, no? Okay, for which I had to do the class from the home online. These things I think should be okay with. Shouldn't be killing yourself on that. Okay. So that's the approach we have. And in this class, we actually will have a lot of current affairs also. Okay, because see, geography by nature is very applied subject. By the way, all of you are invited. Tomorrow Sunday, right? Tomorrow is your optional paper of the mains this year. And evening 8 o'clock, I will discuss paper 1. Okay. And Monday 8 o'clock, I'll discuss paper 2. So I will invite you to sit down and listen conversation. I will not discuss every question. I'll discuss the difficult 10, 12 questions and how you could have written, what it means. We'll have a small conversation there. Okay. So get a hang of what the subject. That's the approach that we have as a part of this advanced course. That was requested by madam and the team here to come and address your queries. So there's something else I must discuss, but first tell me any doubts, any any incomplete discussions. I can take it up. Yeah, anybody. So after prelims, it's your choice. Okay. We have one more course called as main support program. I'll tell you what happens. You see the logic here. What happens is many students don't clear the prelims the first attempt. Okay. So you're doing geography with me right now. You leave geography by January, Feb. You'll work for prelims. And if your prelims goes negative, what will you do? Generally, students prefer studying GS. And that makes sense. So you prepared in 2023, but 24 mains you have not given. You gave 2025 attempt. You may qualify, again not qualify, it's possible. But there's a 1.5 year of gap now. And that gap is a good enough gap to forget many things. It's not with you, it's with everybody. And imagine those who are giving the mains after 3 attempts. Maybe 27, 28 you're giving your mains. And what will you do there? That I did my foundation in 23, enrichment in 23. Okay. After 2-3 years, what happened? You have forgotten things. And understandably forgotten. Some new concepts have come up. Okay. Some trends can change. So what we do is we say, if you have done the foundation enrichment once, don't repeat it. But after prelims, come back to us and revise all the new things again. Okay. Study with us intensely for 2.5 months. We call that as main support program. Okay. Which is a paid course, separately done. But what students do, one more thing they do is, I realized this last 2-3 years, even if they have done enrichment with us, they feel, sir, one more round revision we require. Okay. So if you're interested, you can come back again. Basically, the same discussions, or you can join only tests. The same 9 tests that we have, you can join again the test. Forget the classes. Okay. So we can help you there. So that's your choice. You finish off and do it complete done. Very nice. Okay. Or some students don't take enrichment right now at all. Okay. And then they give the prelims, they qualify prelims. Then what will they do? So for them, the same enrichment program in a very fast pace and very tight space, I try finishing in 2.5 months. What you will take 4 months, October, November, December, January, I compress it in that 2.5 months and finish it. So don't think of that right now. You think about it when you come to it. My hope is with this course itself, you should be ready. After prelims, you just revise the same questions. The range of questions I'll give you, see, you can't do, a human, you can't do more than this. Okay. Just revise this, the same test, right again. Okay. Same revision you do, because the base is set, no? And I also know when you're giving the tests, you will not perform very well. That also I know. But that topic is covered. You have a practice of writing. You have a sense of the urgency. So between prelims and mains, revise all of this again. And if you feel, no, sir, we want to sit with you, welcome to do that. But the moment you have passed 2 years, you must come back and join that course. More of tests, like an updation. Because see, every year the content changes. In GS or same thing. What you do now will not be entirely relevant after 2 years. You must add something more. You have to enrich yourself. I mean, the question paper asked of GS, they ask events just happened 2 months before. That's always there. There are 3 questions generally, every paper, based on development, just happened 2 or 3 months earlier. So the same method you follow for GS also, which Shankar IS will help you with their course, no optional, geography, I follow. Yeah. Anything else? One big difference in North and South India. In North India, okay, I'm waiting for students to stop so that I can speak. In South India, I'm waiting for you to say something so that I can add on. You guys are very quiet. You listen very intently. It's a cultural thing, I think. Okay, but I'm used to a different type of a talkative class, okay, which has a mind of its own. They think they are scholars generally. Okay. But you guys are different. Yeah, anyway. Anything else? Any doubts? See, one request to all of you, and that's a very honest request here. Start preparing like thinking aspirants. Don't be mechanical. Don't just do things just because it is told to you. You must have a mind of your own. You'll be bureaucrats, policy makers. You will take decisions. Some of you qualify, I'm sure some of you will qualify in first, second attempt itself. Within 1 or 2 years, like, you are taking decisions for the district. So we want people who can think, who can analyze, who understand the exam process, who have studied the question paper properly. Not mechanical robots kind, you know. Okay, turn left, they turn left, turn right, they turn right. Those kind of guys don't qualify generally. They're very good people, but good people stay good that way. Okay, you have to be really, a badass character, okay, to make it there. Kick-ass types. Okay. So you be thinking students. Whatever I've told you is a part of your education. Know the exam, know the question level, study the question papers, study the type of questions. Challenge the teacher if required. And you must. Why are we teaching this? Why not this? And I'll tell you the answers. Why this? Because this is your base. Why not this? Because it's too early for this. I have doubts in the class. I tell them, no, not now, afterwards. Now let's focus on course completion. Because in the class, had you asked me those questions, I would have said, not now, afterwards, simply by heart. Here I'm then in different environments, but okay, we'll take up some discussions. But a gradient winds, we don't teach in the foundation class. I said, on your own. Okay? So be thinking students. Okay? Be people who are invested and not mechanically. but invested at emotional level, at an intellect level. Study the questions, very important. There was a question asked, I was discussing this yesterday, that Jammu Kashmir, the topic was that Jammu Kashmir problems and something of that kind. And the tagline was that what is the government doing or initiatives taken to deal with conflicts in Jammu Kashmir and development, whatever. I have a group of students in GS, so I discussed with them. I said, how would you answer the question? I asked them first, tell me it's a level 1, level 2, level 3 question. So all agreed it's a level 1 question because Jammu Kashmir is in news. And they would have asked development. So all agreed. Okay, level 1 question. I said, fine, good, nice. So what will your answer be? Answer was, sir, we make road connectivity, industrial investment. We have, dam constructions. We are making tunnels, railways, a lot of things listing. Okay. So I said, fine. Now let's think again. Is there a difference between what is the government doing for development of Jammu Kashmir and what is the government doing for conflict resolution and therefore development of Jammu Kashmir? Difference hai? Okay. The catch was there. I said, go back and think again. Is it a level 1 question or level 2, level 3? Okay. That's how they ask you. So what will we write? I said, I don't know. You tell me what to write. Okay. What will we read? I said, you can't read anything more than what you have read already. Now it's your application. So you realize that the question is about conflict resolution. So first tell me, what are the conflicts of Jammu Kashmir? First tell me. Terrorism. Okay, point 1. What else? But terrorism is not conflict. Terrorism we see more as a problem of security concern. Okay. Conflict is ethnic conflicts, communal conflicts. Okay. Conflicts because of poverty, unemployment. So what conflict is different? Conflict within Kashmir Valley, conflict between Kashmir Valley and Jammu, conflict between Ladakh vis-a-vis Kashmir and Jammu, the Buddhist Muslim angle, there is a Buddhist Hindu angle, there is a within Islam Shia Sunni conflict in Kashmir, okay, Hindu Muslim conflict in Jammu, and those are conflicts. Now tell me what the answer will be. Now the answer is not simply terrorism. No? At least appreciate that is the first level. I hope you got the point here. What the government doing? Then I showed them documents. Guess what? Carving out Ladakh separately is part of the conflict management itself. Part of delimitation. But Jammu has been given more representation. It's part of the conflict itself. Okay. Ensuring that, okay, that we are able to have sports. Khelo India, one center is there. It's about conflicts. Let the youth be not involved in strikes and protests. Let them come and study. Once you've done this in one paragraph, then write down roads are made, buildings are made, tunnel is made, and go on. But to appreciate, the question is not direct development alone. That is the catch. Okay. So somebody must coach you there. You need to go back and study. Bar question the words of the question. Challenge yourself, why this was asked and why not this asked. Okay. There's another question on the same light. On SCO, paper 2, that SCO is trapped in conflicts. What's the government of India doing? SCO is Shanghai Cooperation. What the government of India is doing initiative? What is the government doing to manage conflicts within SCO? You have to know all the conflicts of SCO first. Conflicts are Afghanistan conflict. SCO conflict is Iran conflict. India and China border conflicts. Okay, China and maybe its ambition to expand into other countries' sovereignty and BRI conflicts. First, make a list of that. Then, what the government of India do? Not simply how are we investing in SCO. I hope you got it here. So it's a call that you should involve yourself as thinking student. Not mechanical. The sir told, I read it. Sir can be sometimes wrong. Sometimes I need to be told, yes, sir, you are missing that point. And it's happened a couple of times. And I realize, oh yes, I missed this point. Okay, so I must come back and again rethink again. Is it okay, all of you? So I think that was all I could have discussed. Unless you have some questions, I can take up the question. Anybody? Tell me. Okay. So you can't appear 24 attempts if you're going for 20 October batch. So one method is if GS is done, going on. When will GS get over? Feb. Okay, it'll be done. So if you want to have a go at the examination, then my suggestion is don't wait till October to join geography. Join now. And the topic you have missed is climatology. Okay. We'll manage somehow. We'll see what we can do. But to join October means definitely you can't appear 24. Even if you clear prelims, what will you do with it? And I consider this to be a criminal waste of an opportunity. You're giving prelims, you clear prelims, and you have not done answer writing. And you have not done optional at all. So wisdom for you will be, if I was in your place, the first choice is, I will prepare for 25, not 24. The second choice is, I want to really have a go at it. Is it possible? Yes, possible, but very tight. Then you join, okay, now itself. Okay. Should you join the enrichment or not? You see your timings of your class. Generally, I will not recommend that you do 3 courses at the same time. And particularly when geography is beginning off. So for you, the compromise is keep your GS on, join geography current batch, and the enrichment part, okay, you will do as a part of post prelims main support program, which is very tight, very tough, but then that's a better plan than messing up your prelims itself. Right? So this is a choice you'll have to make. See? Yeah, anybody else? Or be very clear, 25 is my attempt, but then be wise not to waste time at all. Generally 1.5 years. So you must give 25 like you want to qualify 25. No more trial. You have given one trial already. That's your waste of a cycle. Why did you appear if G is not done? That's my first question to you. You gave a first attempt now. Why did you give first attempt? That's my question is why? Did you finish GS completely properly? No. Had you done optional? No. Then why did you give the attempt? Trial attempt, basically. So, I'm not being hard on you, but that's the wrong choice. It'll come back to haunt you afterwards if you're not careful. And just because you gave first attempt, now you're under pressure. How can I miss one more year? Isn't it? That's playing in your mind. 24 or 23, I didn't qualify. And sir is telling me 24 also miss. Okay. You will mess up your entire prospect itself. The wisdom was start from the college, but don't give the attempt in the year you clear the college. Always next year. And if you're smart and well prepared, you'll qualify 24 itself. But you gave your prelims. I'm sure you would not have started mains immediately after that. 1 month goes, thinking, not thinking. A lot of explanation also around. People ask you questions also. All that plays in your mind. Anyway, what's done is done. I don't have to dwell on that. But be wise henceforth. Right? Okay, but good. Brave of you there. Anybody else? You can ask whatever you want to ask me. Queries and doubts you have. Perfectly game. Or maybe you want to have some of other way we are here. Somebody asking me my perspective examination, which he said was Delhi's perspective. There's a Chennai perspective of preparation and Delhi perspective. I was intrigued. Oh, yes, that kind of thinking also. In Delhi, they prepare differently. In Tamil Nadu, they prepare differently. Well, fine. That's an approach it might have. Yes, tell me. See, all the GS is for GS. What have you been recommended? For GS, what NCRT have you been recommended? 11, 12, that's the must. 6 to 8 of what? New NCRT, old NCRT? Old NCRT. I think that's the right approach. And but don't spend 3 months on that. Class 6 is 2 hours of work, 3 hours of work. So have a look. Old NCRT, which has a lot of map work. So actually, if you join October month, your course actually will start in November or December. Because for the first month or about 25 days, we teach you maps first. Okay. So it's like this. I mean, again, some of you have not done it, so don't distress yourself on that. Let me explain this to you. So, say this is where our foundation course actually starts. Okay. And from here, I'm saying I need 6 months. But there are many concepts in geography and even in GS, actually, GS more required. If you have done this becomes better. And this is what? Lot of map studies, a lot of NCRT based studies. Not like NCRT, but around, there's some concepts there. So this takes approximately 20-25 days. So students can join here. If you have missed this, you can join here. If you have joined here, then you will not know this. Those who joined August month, you have joined here. Had you come to me, we have launched in July itself. From July they joined, they have done this part with me. All the continents they have covered, okay, routes, climate, locations, islands they have done, which some of you will struggle when you start here. When you join October, you'll do this one first. Your course actually starts from November end or December. So from here you calculate 6 months. 24 is a no-go for you if you start here. Okay? That's yeah. Anybody else? Did I answer your question? Anybody else? Yes, tell me. Why are you so restrained in asking me? I ask you 5-6 times, and then when somebody says yes. Yeah. No, we have only geography option. Okay, and GS we have. Okay, but no other option. What's your optional otherwise? PSIR, not me. Okay. But then why were you in this geography class? You wanted to know the approach. This philosophy is for every subject. What happens is, no, when we see the results, we see results of those who have qualified. We are not seeing the results of those who are not qualified. Okay, not qualified. One big reason is this process is missing. And if they do it in a certain second, third, fourth attempt. People qualify in fourth attempt not because they studied more. No. But for fourth attempt, they have become wiser. If you can crack in the first attempt, so do it. It's very much possible. Starting from now, if you start properly in a plan, 25 should be like I want to qualify. No trial attempts. 1.5 years, and more than that, almost 2 years for that matter, is a good amount of time to make it final. Okay? Anybody else? Tell me. Initially L1, L2 questions, and when you join the enrichment class, I'll give you some L3 also. Yes, because I will be teaching L3 first, no? Yeah, practice will be a mix. I'll give you L3 questions also. Yeah. If I have it, I will read out some. Let me check. Yeah, I have it here. Say you have done climatology, okay? Look at the questions. Um, the pattern and occurrence of cyclones in India, in the western seas, has shown a change, not only in frequency, but also intensity. Okay. Examine if it is relevant in a cyclone for the last 2 years. It's not simply what's tropical cyclone anymore. Question like, what are the factors affecting the formation of geostrophic winds? How does the geostrophic balance convert into gradient winds? What I taught you today. Okay? Because your syllabus says factors governing winds, right? You're not telling you what depth they will ask, you know. This goes to the next step. A question like, Arctic amplification and the consequent changes in the strength and position of northern hemisphere jet stream will allow blocking events to become more frequent. Explain. You have to know 4 things. That there's something called as Arctic amplification. You must know how it impacts the stream, and you must know what is blocking. This is a current affairs question. Canadian heat waves, the wildfires are because of this. These are L3 level questions. They're not in your syllabus mentioned, but they can ask you. So I will teach some of this. I'll give a model answer to you. And then in the examination, I might ask same question or again a small twist there. I'll challenge you there, of course. But that's how we'll move on. So we have got list. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else? How do you rate the examination? Is the exam tough or easy? Prepared well is easy. You're giving me the most diplomatic answer. Tough or easy? I think I would expect most of you would say tough. Tough, and that also very tough. How's the exam? Next is qualifying easy or tough? They're two different questions. One question is, tell me in terms of questions asked, exam pattern, is it tough or easy? I would expect it is tough. Is qualifying tough or easy? These are two different questions. There my answer is, it's not as tough. You know why? Because if UPSC is asking you level 10 question, it's a very tough question. But to qualify, you don't have to hit level 10. You hit level 4, you'll qualify. Because most students can't even cross level 2. Get the point here? It's a competition, no? So a very tough question. Even if you attempt something, you'll get marks. Most can't even touch it. If you're slightly sincere, well organized, the question may be level 10 question. But if you can prepare even at level 3, 4, you'll qualify. 50% marks in mains, you are in top 10. 50% of marks. Can you appreciate this wisdom here? And to prepare 3, 4 level or 5 level, okay, requires some, see the examination like a game. A game which is to be cracked if you know how the game operates. It's like, people who hit sixes in the match are not always strong people. They have a technique of hitting, timing, angle. Okay, a ball very fast, you turn and just tap it. It goes for a 6. The technique there. Best of strength also, you can't touch the ball. Can you appreciate this wisdom here? Same thing. The examination is like a very fast moving ball. You must know how to maneuver yourself. Slight move back, okay, and touch it. And you are there. If you understand the exam's demand, and the simple question of how did the government manage conflicts? If an I for the word conflict, your answer will be very, very different. Even if you've got no answers there, but you write something around it, no? Even if your smart bluff is better than simply listing all development initiatives. So an examiner reading development initiatives, 5 out of 10. Development initiatives, 5 out of 10. Development initiatives, 6 out of 10. He read your answer, separately conflicts resolution, and then development of initiatives. He's bound to appreciate. This guy has a different angle altogether. If he gave 5, 5, 6, he'll give you 8. Simple game is that. Even if your conflict was not very well discussed. But the fact you can think like that, you can craft answer like that, it's a comparative thing. And if I gave this guy 10 out of 10 and I read your answer, I said, yeah, I can't give guy 10 out of 10. I can give him 8. Why will I give him 7? I'll cut 7, I'll make it 5. That's how the markings are done. I hope you got the point. So if you have the wisdom to understand the questions and where the question is going, you are there. So I'm saying, be a thinking aspirant. The exam questions is tough, but you don't have to hit that level every time. That's why I'm saying, I mean, if I was in your place, I would see this as an opportunity. Slightly elevate yourself above the rest. You'll make it. You don't have to hit this target. Slightly elevate yourself. Others are here. Okay. You slightly become a bit better in qualify. If you can see this, okay, it's another way of looking at the exam as an opportunity. Yeah, make sense, all of you? Okay. Nothing else? All tired, you didn't have your lunch, you had only tea or coffee. Wow, you survive on basically air. Highly efficient. Then it's time almost. Okay. So unless you have a query, you can stay back or you can move on. That's your choice. Yes, tell me. Hmm. What was that? Which is more? Higher. Why? First tell me, what are you asking? People from Delhi qualify more or people preparing from Delhi qualify more? You tell me why. But point is, people preparing from Delhi qualify, they are from South India. They are from Western India, from Maharashtra, from Rajasthan, okay, from Tamil Nadu, from Karnataka, from Kerala. You tell me why. The ecosystem. Okay. Yeah, but then see, Shankar IAS has done a commendable work. They have filled up a very big gap in many ways. Okay. The main challenge, 3 fronts. One is the teachers. I don't belong to Delhi. I'm actually from Odisha. Okay. All of us are migrants there. Okay. Some of you are surprised. I don't know. Suddenly people may say, Odisha, you have a mind. This guy must be hungry, famine. Okay. Okay. And people blame me. You are responsible for hunger in Odisha. Right? So anyways, I moved out of Odisha long back. So we all migrants there. Okay. So what has happened because of the long history of preparation? Okay, the ecosystem is robust there. The teachers, more experienced. Okay, they have exposed themselves to more students. The books, the notes available there is incredible range, which also is a problem sometimes. And third, the competition there is very high. I think 4 days ago, somebody came to me from Ahmedabad and he got depressed. I'm preparing in Ahmedabad for last 2 years. When I came here last month, I had no idea this level of preparation is done. That's the reason. Okay, and that's why I mean it's you know, gracious on institute part, okay, to recognize us as the leaders in geography, and that's when they said, "Sir, we want to bring that experience to Chennai." I said, "Fine, but my limitation is I can't be here physically. It's not economically wise for me. Neither it is practically possible for me to relocate here. Because we have technology, we can use it now. I wouldn't have thought of this, what, 2 years or 3 years ago. Now that we have got streaming, systems are robust in your institute here. I can say, okay, let's have a try. Not an issue. And whatever physical interaction you need, I'll fly down here. Either me or some team will be here once a month for 2 or 3 days. We'll be here. But generally, if you're attentive in the class and you make whatever I teach, I ensure it's in your notes. Like, I don't leave anything. I will dictate, I will make you write. Some I'll speak, you will write down. If you go back and revise properly, generally you shouldn't have any doubts. And if you have doubts, ask us. We'll be here. That's the reason why this ratio is different. Okay, but centers are catching up quite a bit. What generally people do now is they do the core study from there and then they come back here. Okay. Or reverse also. They can do the core here and the intense preparation, you can go there. It's your choice. But I think you have a good system here. Good, robust. I mean, we don't have infrastructure. I don't have this type of infrastructure there. Incredible in terms of resources, in terms of support systems. Should work out. Trying should work out. Yeah, anybody else? So Ajay, I think we are done. Whatever I had to say, I've told them. I've given them the schedule to them. There is a question paper bank. Have you given them the first one? You can give it to them. Basically, what we have done is you all should have it. There is a question bank. You guys must have received at the part of your, okay? In the question bank, we have segregated the geography questions. So we do an exercise called as analysis exercise. Rather than me telling you what is L1, what is L2, you should find out what's L1 and L2. Then you will know how every year the L3 level is increasing. See the paper 7 years ago, you feel that is so easy paper. Like, they're increasing the level. That you can share with them. They can have analysis. And otherwise, also, if you have any doubts, any queries, you can take down my phone number. Okay. But request to all of you that I may not pick up the phone immediately. You leave a message with your name. You are from Chennai, Shankar IAS. I have a doubt. Okay. So I generally call back same day or next day. Okay. I respond back. Okay. 9868-424-660. If not me, somebody will call you. Okay. I think, but most questions, the team here is very equipped. They know what we are doing. Getting that. Yeah. So maybe my wishes to all of you. Thanks for joining in on a weekend Saturday. Do you have some plan for the weekend? No, nothing. Okay. No plan. What's your plan? If you can share with family, that's a work. Go out with friends, that's fun. Of course, unless your family is your fun types, friend type. So don't make your life boring also, okay? Don't kill yourself in the process. Be alive, uh, be inquisitive. There is a Telegram channel we have, Educami has. Okay, you can search it. It is Shabbir's Educami on the Telegram. Shabbir's Educami for IAS. It's 4 as in 4. How do I rub it? The rubber part is here. For IAS. It's Educami. EDUKEMY. Shankar IS is much older. You all know this. Educame, I have to keep on pushing the name. Telegram channel. What I do in this channel is I'm trying. It's one of my dreams that you must grow up as a complete personality, not bookish type, where you are reading things even beyond the regular books. You have to be very well read. So I run a session called as Beyond Syllabus. We did this last year, then I stopped. I didn't have much time, but I'm reviving it slowly. Where we are reading or discussing books beyond syllabus. So maybe in 2 or 3 days time, I'll come out with a short 5 minutes video on Old Man and the Sea, Ernest Hemingway. I heard about him, Nobel laureate. Before that, we talked about that Argumentative Indian by Amartya Sen. Okay. So what happens is, in the essays writing, you need all this content. Okay. How to think incisively. You must have a sense of art, painting, sculpture, not mechanically memorizing facts. You have to read something beyond. So we do all of that. Sometimes a small talk in general. I had a model essay I shared. One topic this year we had was mathematics is the music of reason. But I think is the toughest topic. So I wrote a essay on that to demonstrate how it's written. Okay. Plus, we'll give you a lot of material. So I think we have a collection of model answer essays also. So all of that we keep informing on this. It's like my channel, not EduChemist's channel, okay, where I interact. So if you can search on Telegram and join this at your convenience. Because that's another thing. My point of discussion was, don't make your preparation boring. Okay, be excited. Try being a good thinking aspirant. Read things beyond the books. You have to develop that thinking ability and not mechanical memorization alone. And have fun. Okay, these are the golden years of your life. You're young, enthusiastic, energetic. Okay, have fun. Don't study and kill yourself. Okay, one day in 10 days is okay. Go out with friends. Okay, go to place, you travel, whatever. You like movies, you watch movies. You like to attend concerts, go attend. You like eating, go eat. No issues. Don't hold yourself back. Don't put a condition. I'll do all the things after I've qualified. The fun after qualifying is no longer for you. It's for your relatives. Okay. The fun is over. Then the grind one starts. So people who actually enjoy bureaucracy power will be your spouse and your children and your relatives. You are the working. So don't postpone all that fun. Okay. We grew up being told all our lives, study now, play later on. And my parents have always told that to me. Shabbi, study now. Okay. Play after class 6th. Study now after 10th. Get a good marks. Okay. Study now after entrance. Study now, finish engineering. But damn it, that after now never happened for me. And I realized I've become old also now. Okay. I can't, and I have got this pain, that pain. I want to play, I can't play. I have knee problem. So don't let that happen. Okay. Enjoy your life. It's one life. Okay. Yes, karma is there, is recycle of birth, but who knows when God ka mood kya hua, tomorrow you have become a frog. We don't want that, no? So enjoy your life. Be happy, stay healthy. This examination is a fun examination, believe me. Day for yesterday, I had one session on polity. I was explaining some things on, I had a blast. Learning and teaching. What is the idea of constitutionalism? Okay, I knew, but I always want to share it. Okay, then I think some students got the hang of what is the wisdom behind India's constitution. So it was very interesting for me to share. You guys also ease off, okay? I maintain one statement. Be sincere, not serious. We don't want serious morals and always look at the face you want to cry types. No. Be fun, guys. Enjoy, laugh. It's okay to fail. It's good to aspire, have ambitions, and failure, we'll learn from it. Okay? My wishes to all of you. Lovely Chennai. Okay, I love South Indian food, and Ajay, he treated me to okay South Indian thali meal. Yes, but the sambar was less. Okay. I want sambar where you can dive your hand, okay, and then you're searching for the rice. When I was doing my engineering, I had my local guardian, Professor Ramaswamy, mathematics professor in Trichy. He was my father's friend for some reasons, and auntie used to take good care of me. He loved me a lot, almost like a son. I was like a son, not almost. And one big incentive to go to his place was the sambar rice. Okay, and he would serve me on a steel plate which has edge folded like this, no? Okay. And he taught me sambar rice means you must eat, then till the plate, you can scoop up like this. Okay. He would teach me that. And that was a wonderful auntie. Okay. It had a very different taste of sambar, and I miss that taste. Anyways, I can keep on talking. We love talking. Teachers love talking. That's why we are teachers. Don't encourage me. Okay. So bye bye all of you. Have a nice time. Okay. Thanks for being around. My wishes.